Oh, hi there. I would like to do a follow-up on the Ariana Grande explosions in Manchester. Supposedly, they've apprehended the uh, the terrorists involved in this plot. The father was just arrested in Libya. Um, his name was Ramadan, and I don't know. There's a little bit of a story about him, but he looked as though he could be a potentially shady character. Why those people would even be allowed in the country, I do not know. Uh, but to be honest, I still think it was a secret sector within the British government that carried out these attacks. Now they're saying that the bombs were placed there by presumably employees of the stadium before the concert. Uh, which does make the story seem a little bit more sensible. That somebody wasn't able to carry in, something that could be the size of a small toaster oven, microwave, into the building, because that just wouldn't be possible. Uh, but hypothetically, if it was planted there, could work. But even so, they give these Muslim extremists too much credit. They're not capable of making bombs that good. Uh, for the most part, in Middle Eastern conflicts in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Libya, and all that, rebel fighters rely entirely on the foreign weaponry. Particularly in places like Afghanistan. I mean, Afghanistan supposedly doesn't have anything to do with this, but they use relic Soviet era weaponry like AKs and rocket launchers and that sort of thing. Um, I just don't think they could have built a bomb that wouldn't have been noticed by anybody, because when pop singers show up, they're worth tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Security detail is at an absolute height when these people arrive, and in particular in a rowdy area like Manchester, because I mean it's not the first time something bad has happened as far as some sort of a performance or a sporting event in Manchester. Nothing like this has happened, of course, but this is to perpetuate fear mongering against Middle Eastern extremists such as ISIS and things like that. Uh, these people, if they could do it, it'd all be through word of mouth. Like they would have to have zero internet access, and it would all be done in person, never on the phone, never on the internet, and they'd have to get the materials together to build such a weapon. And I'm just not buying it. I don't think they have the resources to build a weapon so powerful and have it be undetected until after the fact. And I guess they figured out who it was based on the employee list on who worked in the stadium, because that's all it could have been. Like, it's someone who worked at the stadium who put it there, if it was put there beforehand. And the thing is, with that kind of record, like, allegedly they said he worked for Al Qaeda and this and that. If they even think you have the slightest inclination towards them, and you're some guy like Ramadan or the Abidis, the Abidi family, they're going to be watching you entirely. Let's say it's a hypothetical that they did carry out this attack. No way was it unnoticed until after the fact. They knew about it, and they didn't stop them on purpose. And this is a propaganda stunt. It is to get the people to believe what the British government and the Western powers want them to believe about Middle Eastern countries. We have been accepting a lot of refugees and civilians from Middle Eastern countries lately, particularly here in Canada. And it's no secret that we don't actually like doing that, but our leaders keep insisting that we do. But realistically, I mean, some people aren't going to come out and say it, but the truth is we don't want them coming here. They don't want them going there to England. The French don't want them. There have been Arabs in France for many years, but uh, people still don't want the influx of them coming in, especially now with all the conflict over there. And I'm just saying that the desire may be there from those people who have carried out such a attack, but they did not have the resources to do that. They don't have the know-how. We're giving them way too much credit as far as their intellectual capability of creating such things. Um, it takes military-grade intelligence. And I gotta tell you, country bumpkins from some third world nosebleed country do not have the intelligence to do that. They don't have university students. They don't have professors. They don't have um, expert military officials. I mean, the Iraqi army, uh, which had intellectual resources uh, from the Western world at one point, and also from other parts of the world, and who knows what other dealings they had in their long span. Some of it probably did trickle down to the lower levels of the military, or, you know, just the militias really. But to build effective weapons, you need the resources, not just intellectual, but the physical resources. And I'm not convinced these people could get those things. This isn't like Fight Club, where you get a bunch of excess body fat from a clinic and build bars of soap and build explosives and plan on blowing up a bank or something like that. That's fanciful. It wouldn't happen. It can't happen because all the resources tied to making weaponry of that kind are behind closed doors, and the people that do have it, we'd like to think they would never use it, but they will, and they'll blame somebody else, and that's these douchebags. Because face facts, when these guys go to talk to defend themselves, they're the rednecks of the Arab world. They're not going to be able to talk their way out of anything. In fact, within 20 minutes, they're going to start talking about religion and the Quran. And people are going to go, oh, yeah, you fit the profile. You can't talk your way out of a wet paper bag. Supposedly 4 people are missing. That's never a good thing. I hope that they are found alive and well, especially if they're children. That wasn't specified or not. Yeah, it's really not cool that that this happened. Kim Kardashian, she tweeted a few posts. I watched a video where some reporters were trying to have an interview with her, and she was just ignoring it. I don't blame her for doing that. Although I don't think she actually wrote her own tweets either. But they started saying, because she posted a picture of herself with Ariana Grande, that she was using this as some sort of stunt to promote herself, and that she was being insensitive. I don't think that's really fair. I think that's just adding context that she knew Ariana Grande, and that she did have a real connection uh, to this. And there were some people going, well, she's just promoting herself, and why doesn't she do something that's really going to help? Like, actually do something. Well, the important thing you need to know about celebrities is they're not actually in control of their own money, um, or most of it anyway. It's all their sycophants, their lawyers, their doctors, and all those people around them that are in control of the money. Sure, you get guys like Michael Jackson, who built that theme park and all the other weird things he did with his money, and same with Mike Tyson, who had tigers and things like that. But for the most part, celebrities these days don't have much control of their money. I mean, they live comfortable lives. If they want something, they get it. But as far as major financial transactions, uh, they don't have that much say. They do, but they don't. So my point about that was Kim Kardashian, uh, her herself is not responsible for upgrading security detail or anything like that. That's all technical stuff. That's not what her particular skill set is. So I honestly don't think Kim Kardashian could do much in the way of directly helping. Perhaps her inner circle of uh, publicists and public figure authorities could do something and have the know-how to do it. And that's not directly Kim Kardashian doing anything. And I'm not defending Kim Kardashian. I actually don't like her too much, and I don't think she's that good looking either. She's got a really big butt, and it's like the wrong shape too. But all that aside, um, the gist of it is they've captured a few guys, maybe scapegoats. Conveniently, they found them real quickly. Didn't say how they found them. Uh, I guess they had jobs in the stadium. How does a guy like that have a job in a stadium, I ask? Like, some background check should have been done. Like, he shouldn't be allowed to work in the country at all, but he shouldn't be allowed to work in a place where a famous pop star is coming to sing, do a performance. But somehow, that happened anyway. Uh, yeah, that's all I got. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.